Hello and welcome to my channel. I'll be preparing moinmoin today, a budget-friendly moinmoin. So we know that making moinmoin is really a big deal in most African houses. So yeah, I'm going to show you an easy way of making moinmoin with just the things you have in your fridge or cupboard. So those are my ingredients, and I'm showing you that's ginger, that's onions, that's shredded turkey left over from dinner. So it's just something I came up with in my freezer, and that's boiled egg, that's salt to taste, and yeah, that is ground chili. I know this is quite unusual, but remember I said something that you can easily get from your cupboard. So I use ground chili instead of the regular bell pepper and scotch bonnet. So yeah, that's the beans and lentils. So this mixture is a mixture of lentils, 1 cup of lentils, 1 cup of beans, and ginger and onions and the dried chili, and that's my washed moinmoin leaves. So yes, so those are all the ingredients again, and like I said, so I blended the ginger, the onions, the 1 cup of peeled beans, 1 cup of lentils. I blended everything together in the blender, and that's how I came up with that mixture in the sink over there. So that's me trying to place the camera well so you can see the mixture. Sorry, it's my first time, so so there are a bit of hiccup here and there, but yeah, just trying to place the camera to make sure that you have a good view of what's inside the pot in the sink. And remember I said the moinmoin leaves, make sure you wash them thoroughly. So mine is washed thoroughly, and I place it over some napkins so it can dry, so I can dry them. So they are clean, they are thoroughly washed and cleaned. And yes, so we're going to start with the wrapping of the moinmoin. I know the wrapping of the moinmoin leaves gives you a problem a lot, but hopefully you'll get it with this video. It's quite simple, and once you try your hands on it, once you keep doing it, you get better at it. And yeah, so that's me still trying to rearrange everything so you can get a good view of what exactly is in the mixture and what exactly I'll be doing with the moinmoin leaves. Sorry, you can hear my children's voices in the background. They are out and about. Okay, so yeah, back to it now. So that's me mixing up the beans and lentils mixture, beans, lentils, onions and ginger, and I'll put a little oil. Yeah, I don't take much oil, so use oil based on your preference. I don't like my moinmoin to be too oily, so I put a little oil in it. That's about 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, then a pinch of salt, just a little bit of salt. I didn't use everything in that spoon, so it's a really small ice cream spoon. So and that's no chicken cubes, so I'm using one of those, and one of that contains 2 cubes, so I'm going to use 2 cubes of not chicken cubes. And that's my seasoning. Yeah, it's a bit hard because it's still new, so I struggled a bit with it, but yeah, we're finally done now. Yeah, that's me going to wash my hand behind the camera. Yeah, I had to move the sink tap a bit. So yeah, so you mix very well, mix thoroughly so that the moinmoin can come out fluffy. So you mix and mix and mix and mix and mix until all the ingredients are well blended. My own while mixing, I noticed that it's still on the thick, it's a bit too thick for me, so I'm still mixing. It's a bit it's still very thick for me, so I'm going to put some warm water, which I already have in a kettle. I'm going to try and loosen it up a bit with that. Okay. Majorly, the mixing of the moinmoin blend is quite important. So that's me loosening it up with a bit of warm water. It's make the major thing about mixing it is don't let it be too watery, and at the same time it mustn't be too thick, because if it's too thick, when the moinmoin is ready, it will be really hard. So you just want to try and maintain a balance, something in between. But I'll suggest that if this is your first time, or you've not been doing it over and over again, you can leave it thick. So as you get better, you'll know the consistency. But based on based on my own preference, I like it. I like the consistency to be a bit thick, to be a bit loose, and that's why I'm showing you with the spoon, bringing it up so you can see how thick the consistency is. So yeah, that's thoroughly mixed now, and I'll do a bit of mixing, checking the consistency. Some people taste for salt at this point, but while I was recording this video, I didn't want to taste rubbing, so I didn't taste it. But I'll suggest, if it's your first time, you can just have a taste to make sure the salt is not too much and not too little. So yeah, and that's me. So I wrap the moinmoin leaves, and I'm putting in some of the mixture, some of the shredded turkey that I had from leftover, and half of a boiled egg in there. Yes, and I'm just trying to mix everything together. So watch how I wrap it. So it's basically just I wrap it around, and that's it. I'm going to show it again, I think slowly this time. So that's me picking up the washed and dried leaf. So you wrap it up like a cone, see? So wrap it up like a cone, roundabout, the tip, and fold back, then you use your other hand to just create a space in, so it forms a well-rounded cone. Then you put the mixture in the cone, put in there, and that's me adding in some shredded turkey. And it necessarily doesn't have to be turkey, just anything. You could have boiled fish, you could have chicken, some people use corned beef, anything just to. So watch out. And that's me folding it back up. So it's basically just trying to close the mouth once or twice and then fold it back. So that's another try. Let's see that again. So that's me trying to wrap it around, make it form a cone, then fold backwards. Use your other hand to create a space inside it, and scoop some of your beans and lentil mixture in there. Put in your preferred garnishing. Mine is some shredded turkey and boiled egg, half of an egg. And watch out again. So I try to close the mouth together, then fold it once, twice, and flip it backward. So it's as easy as that. The more you do this, the more you use the away, the more you try to do, the better you get. The first time may be a bit messy, but keep at it, don't give up. And it gets better as you do it, you get better at it. So it's like a skill. The more you do it, the more you get better. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process until everything is done. And remember, I told you this is a budget friendly moinmoin. That's why I use ground pepper. So my aim was to use things in my cupboard and my freezer. I didn't want to have to go out again to get bell pepper. I didn't have bell pepper or chili scotch bonnet at home. All I had was the ground chili, and that's what I made use of. So, and the shredded turkey too is from leftover dinner, so you can use anything, any protein of your choice, and you can decide to use corned beef. Sometimes I use corned beef, so it's not every time I use meat, or sometimes I use corned beef. So yeah, I basically repeated this process till I finished everything, till all the beans and lentils mixture was done. And the reason why I use lentils is that lentil is it contains higher amount of protein than beans, and because this is a budget friendly, I didn't use the regular red bell pepper that gives it that color. So I wanted it to still have that pink color, and that's why I use half beans and half lentils. The lentils is the pink lentils, so it will give it that that pinkish color too after it's done. So, and apart from the health benefits, I like the aesthetic component of it too. So it gives it a bright pink color, and yeah, so that's why I use half lentils and half beans. Yeah, so that's me just repeating the process over and over again. Yeah, until everything is done. wrapping of the moinmoin, and that's everything. So I put everything in the pot. So I put a pot of water, a pot containing little amount of water in the pot, and I just arranged everything in that pot, and I'm adding a little bit of water, just halfway to the level, just a bit of, like, about 3 or 4 cups of water. I don't want make sure that the moinmoin is not submerged in too much water, and make sure that while putting it in the pot, the water is warm. So you have to put the pot on the fire, let it start to bubble up a bit before placing the moinmoin carefully. That ensures that as soon as the moinmoin leaves get in there, they don't start to spill, because if the water is cold, everything will spill. So yeah, and that's me. I arranged everything, put a bit of water, about 3 to 4 cups of water, covered it with some leaves again, and allow it to cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so this is after 30 minutes of cooking. This is our finished product, and that's the moinmoin. That's the rest of it in the pot. Yeah, so let's reveal it. Let's see how it is. So it's cooled down a bit, so let's open it and see how it looks. So yeah, that's our moinmoin, and it looks really yummy. And yeah, so yeah, that's our moinmoin. You can pair it with anything you want, and I paired mine with I had jollof rice in the freezer, so we paired it with jollof rice and we had it as dinner. It was really yum. Try it and let me know how it is. Try it and send pictures of what you've done. Let me know how it went with you. So I hope you'll try it, and till next time when I meet you again with another recipe. Bye.